Hello and welcome everyone. It's a shame it's a cold day, but hopefully Marie will bring a bit of sunshine to our lives. I've known her for about half an hour now and already she's got me motivated, so hopefully she'll do the same for you. So I'd like to welcome Marie B.
Thank you. I just met Kate before, but I don't think I need that. So I'm loud enough. You tell me if I'm not. If you can't hear me, please let me know and I'll get on that. But we've been on email, so yeah, sort of talking backwards and forwards. And we weren't sure what to make this one really because of the Dunningham marathon tomorrow. I've been taught, this is my 198th library talk. I'll get that out of the way. 2 to go to get to 200. And I've been talking about my new book, Lazy Loser. But then, of course, when I was coming here to run a marathon, I thought, well, maybe we could talk about the running. So should we talk about the running or the losing? The losing. Who's running tomorrow? We'll get that out there. Yeah, we've got a few people running tomorrow. What are we doing? Just keep your hands up if you're doing the marathon. Okay, and then the rest of the half running, and then there's the walk. Anyone doing the walk? That sounds really good. Nice walk. All you runners, I can talk about if you want to have a chat to me afterwards about running. And if you want to ask any questions about tomorrow, it's a bit late now, but it doesn't matter. But you can have a chat to me about running. But yeah, it's okay to lose. But I started as a running coach. And how would I then? I'm not a dietitian or a nutritionist. I'll get that off the table first of all. But I started running. I'd run all my life without an injury. I had a sea change. I'm from, yeah, if you guess I'm from Australia. So Brisbane. So I bought all the winter woolies and then look at me in my short sleeves. It's not that bad. There you go. That's nice. I was expecting it to be a lot cooler. I moved from the Great Ocean Road in Australia. Do you know where that is? Right down, well, not far from you guys, if you just go across there a little bit. It's pretty cool. It's on the Southern Ocean, so it's a lot different to Queensland. If you've ever been to Queensland. And I did what a lot of Australians do. I had a sea change to Noosa Heads. So that one part of the world. And a lot of New Zealanders do their sea change over there too, I've noticed over the years. And when I was in Noosa, I was working in a gym. Not my favourite, sort of thing to do. I've been working in AFL clubs. That's our top level footballers. But there was a job in Noosa at a gym, so I was working. And a lady said to me one day, "Oh, you should start a running club here in Noosa." And I said, "There is a running club, the Tri Club." And she said, "Oh, I wouldn't join that." She called them the Lycra Brigade. She thought that might be a bit too serious for her. So I said to her, "Oh, okay, well, I'll start a club." Put an ad in the paper. I named it Lazy Runner after me. It had nothing to do with them. And the first Lazy Running Club started, 10 people turned up in the first session. So it looked like there was a need. And we were running for fun, for fitness, for coffee, chocolate, all that stuff. And after a while I realised that, yeah, people like this way of running. Who has ever run? Can everyone put their hands up right now? Because I know you have. You might have been 10 at the time. You might have run to the bus around the road. But you know that sensation, don't you? What happens when you run? This stuff, it is different, isn't it? And I think a lot of people are scared of that difference, so they think they can't breathe or they're going to drop dead. But of course, Lazy Runner wasn't based on that. We were based on just running for fitness. So dropping dead didn't come under that sort of, no one was dropping dead on my watch. After a while, I had lots and lots of Lazy Runners at my club, so I wrote a book on it. And it was for that reason that I felt people didn't really, they just had a bad vibe about running. They thought you could or you couldn't. They looked at the Kenyans and they thought they're runners, the rest of us are nowhere near that, and they are runners. Good runners too. I wrote a book because I think everyone can run. And I believe, and I've been running for years, I think it's good for my health, good for my fitness. It's not bad for you, so I wrote a book. I sent it to Robert D. Costello, our greatest long-distance runner. I know you guys have got a lot of really good runners out here. And he loved it too, because he was the same. He felt over the years people sort of didn't believe that they could do it just for fitness and fun without, like he did, winning gold medals. That started to do really well. So I toured with the book and I was still coaching all my runners. Now when people join my running clubs, I get them to fill in a health history form. That's quite common now. You've been to a gym where you have to, sort of tell them all the little bits and pieces. That's so that if you drop dead, that I can just, that's not my fault, they looked. No one's dropped dead yet, that's all right. And on it I had, why are you joining this running club? Because I wanted to know, and I thought they'd say things, I want to learn to run, I want to run a fun run, I want to run a marathon like I do. I was thinking, yeah, but then I'll be able to coach them. What do you think the number one thing was I had on that form? Yeah. All the things I thought we're going to get pumped up. Lose weight was number one. And I realised that that's why most people join these things, don't they? They join gyms and, they do their boot camps and their CrossFits. And I realised that it's mainly to lose weight. The running side of it was, oh yeah, well, okay, if I have to. So I'd say to them, of course, yeah, join up. Yeah, running, fit, you sweat, you burn calories, yeah, of course you'll lose weight. After about 6 weeks in, I had some hands on the hips. Haven't lost much weight yet. Well, God forbid they put on weight. Oh, yeah. I tell you, they hold you personally responsible if they put on weight while they're under your supervision. So I sort of said to them, well, you're running 3 days a week with me. I'm not watching you on all those other days. It could be something you put in your mouth and they're like, Because I thought, I can't control that crap. I can only control what they were doing with me. And that's when I thought, well, maybe that's the case. So for the people who want to lose weight, I called it lazy loser. I'm the lazy one. My mother said I was born lazy. I realise you can't be born lazy. You get lazy as you get on in life. But I started lazy loser. It was very simple. So as I said, the runners wrote, some of the runners didn't want it. They were running for other reasons, maybe to maintain their weight. But people wanted to lose weight from running and they weren't losing it. And the reason was that they were. It was something else they were doing when they were not running. It wasn't because of the running. So it was very simple. All they had to do was fill in an exercise book of everything they ate and drank in a week. That was probably the hardest thing they had to do. And all the exercise they did. Not just running with me, chasing kids, what sort of job they did, all that other stuff. That all counts. It wasn't just the running. So by the end of the week, I met them in a lovely cafe there on the Sunshine Coast, and I was going to get my pen out of my big black marker, and I was ready to start attacking all this rubbish they were eating. I was going to get them on track. And surprisingly to me and to them, it wasn't too bad. I didn't know what to say. They weren't having McDonald's for lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch and dinner. Is that what I think is happening? Who here is having McDonald's for breakfast and dinner? McDonald's? That's not what's happening, I soon realised. They were having things for breakfast like cereal, toast. I have eaten toast most mornings, love it. What else do we have for brekkie? They were having the yogurts, everyone's into the yogurts now, the mueslis, and just toast, all that sort of stuff. That's okay, I do that. For lunch they were having things like the salad sandwiches, the wraps, the rolls, what else, soups, I don't know, all that stuff we have for lunch. Anyone want to add anything to that? Pie? Nice pie, that's all right. For dinner they were having, it hasn't changed much, for dinner it was meat and veg, chicken and veg, fish and veg, stir fries, pastas, curries we're having now, aren't we, the rices, the good old-fashioned roast. All of that I eat. Does that cover about everything we're eating? Or are you off all doing something else that I don't know about? Yeah. That was quite normal. I couldn't see much wrong in that. So I went, oh, what's am I going to do now? Put it out there. But as I said, that 80% of it was fine. There was about 20% that I could see straight away, over a week, what kept cropping up over and over, little bits, it wasn't major, but after a while you could see a little pattern there. That was the issue. Basically not the meals. Often it was what they ate in between meals, often it was what they drank, it wasn't even the food. I could see it straight away in the drinking side. So I thought, well, why? My grandmother had a great saying, don't throw the baby out with the bath water. A few people might have heard that. I thought, why get rid of the 80%? That's okay, I do that, and I'm not overweight. Why not just work on this 20%? Why not look at what they're doing wrong? Because that's what a diet does, doesn't it? It changes everything. If you're not doing anything wrong, it'll stop you eating lunch and give you some sort of shake to drink. Oh, I hate those things. So I thought, no, I'm just going to look at the stuff they're doing wrong. I'm not going to change anything that looks okay. And it didn't take me long to see that they started falling into categories, which was, oh, and I'm lazy, as I said, so I look at, oh yeah, you're that, I'll make you do this, oh yeah, you're this, I'll do that. Because I could see exactly that they had, I guess it was what we call our temptations, our little go-to things. Who's got them? I have. Yeah, of course we have. And I thought, well, let's just work on that first. Don't worry about the stuff that's okay. And as I said, they fell into little categories. I found 5. There's a chapter in the book on the whole 5. My 5 losers, I called them. So, come in, sit down. Now you're okay? Yeah, or maybe come right at the front. Sit wherever you like. So that's enough talking about me. we're going to find out what's going on here in Dunningham. And I found I was in Auckland last week, and not very dissimilar to us Aussies, are you? Have you found that over years? I think we've got the same sort of little temptations. So why don't I find out what's going on here, and then when I do, I can tell you what I think you should do about it. So I've got a big group saying, okay, all of us are going to go on this diet. Come and run the marathon with me tomorrow. No, that doesn't work. Because you don't want to do that, do you? Or do you? No. There's only one no there. So why not? Okay, do you want to lock the door? There might be a stampede out now. No. This is usually where they run away, because I'm turning it on you. And when do you know Wagga Wagga? Australia? Back in Australia. When I talked, there was a lovely room like this, and there was a journalist and a photographer up the back, and they were just doing a story. And I think everyone thought, oh my goodness, this is going in the paper on Monday. But it won't be. It's going to stay in this room. Okay, let's find a nice one to start off with. As I said, let's find out what sort of a loser you are. I'll start with a nice one because I don't want to sort of upset you too quickly. Are you a sweet loser? Yeah, we've got one. Okay, now you don't have to, I'll read these out, you don't have to read them. You don't have to do everything on this list. One lady said to me, oh goodness, I don't do all that. One is enough to make you a sweet loser.
All of them.
One. Yeah, you can say all of them out loud if you want to. Okay, she's eating the chocolate. The butter wouldn't melt in the mouth. Look at her. Nothing wrong with her. You love chocolate, lollies, cakes, sweet biscuits, muffins, ice creams. One gentleman said to me, no, that's not me. I like cheesecake. So I've got to have this big list coming out. Tim Tam. Yeah, muffins. I've got muffins there. You eat chocolate daily. I do. I say it keeps me sane. That keeps me normal. You crave sweet food. One of those people, I just could do with a little bit of something right now. You crave sweet food. You like the sweet drinks as well. Now, a lot of people think, no, I just drink the diet stuff or I have saccharin. I'm talking about that as well because it's the sweet flavour we're looking for. It's a sweet thing that's triggering that love of sweet foods. They say now that people who drink, the Diet Cokes, they don't eat a block of chocolate because, they haven't had their hit. So all those coloured drinks, every coloured drink goes into that. And your coffees, get our fancy coffees now, all that sort of stuff. Okay, you claim to be addicted to chocolate or a sweet tooth. Now, I hate to burst our bubbles, but you can't be addicted to chocolate. There are no addictive properties in it. Like there's in drugs and alcohol and caffeine. Coffee is addictive. But actually, sugar, we just really, really like it. We love it. Yeah. So a lot of people say I'm a chocoholic, and I do too, but apparently they've found that no, that's just, we really like it, that's why we eat it. Dessert is your favourite meal of your meal, so you're the one person to look at the main menu first, the dessert menu first, before you make a decision. Who does that? Oh, I better leave a bit of room. Who has ever said, I better leave a bit of room for sweets? Okay, have I found anyone?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. If I haven't, don't worry, you're coming. I haven't missed you out. I'm sure I'll find everyone. Okay, I grew up in a dairy farm down there in the southwest. You've got some lovely sheep farming. So that's why I called this one the Moo Loser. What do you think poor Moo was doing with about that 20% that wasn't? Someone saying cheese? No, she doesn't eat cheese. She gives milk and cheese. You see the way they eat? They eat all day. We used to milk them by hand back then, probably 40 years ago, and you used to have to put a bucket of food under their snout and you get kicked. You would not try and milk that cow without. I reckon a lot of people are like that. You've got to give them food to settle them down. They're grazers. And as I said, what I was finding in these exercise books, it wasn't so much the meal, there was a lot of stuff going on in between. You don't count that. Tic Tacs in the car. Bits and pieces. Right, you're a Moo Loser if you put something in your mouth every hour of the waking day. Don't have to think about that. You eat other people's leftovers. I was a classic of that with kids' crusts. It's the best bit, because I'm gobbling up their crusts. You eat at your desk or in front of the TV or a computer screen. That is not a meal. Unless you sit at a knife and fork, which I doubt you would be. You love snacks. We're a snacking society, aren't we? And a lot of people say, no, I don't eat snacks. Yet the supermarket's got 3 aisles of them. Someone's eating them. You often taste food of other people's plates. Oh, that looks nice. Oh, a little bit of that. You eat while you're driving. Apparently a sixth of our eating is done in the car. You often eat while you're standing up or walking around. That's a graze. At the end of the day, you've forgotten the amount of snacks you've eaten, and you're a taste tester. Who cooks in the house? No one. Yes, you do. Do you have a little taste while you're cooking? Gravy, bit of meat. I think it's done. You can't dish it up. No, it's done. The moo loos are in the book. All the losers are in the book. The moo loos are in the book. They're all real people. They actually came to me with their exercise books, and I got how I sort of made little adaptations and some tips. She used to eat a roast potato to see if it was done. And I can't just stick a knife in it to see if it's done. She would eat it. So that didn't count though. Yeah, it just eat a roast potato. So have we got any moos? Does anyone resonate with the little moo loser that likes to... Okay, that's all right. Well, I'm going to try to find some nice ones too. Oh, this isn't being as popular as I would have thought. Not that I think this happens a lot in New Zealand, but it happens a lot in Australia, so I thought, are you a tipsy loser? Now, she's not drunk. Someone said she looks like she's fallen over. She's not. She's just having a glass of champagne. These are all for boys and girls too, of course. I've got the boys coming up. They're all girls. Okay, there's nothing wrong with having a drink, says I. But as I said, a lot of the people who are, having issues with their weight, it wasn't on the food side, a lot of it was coming from this. So you can have 2 or 3 drinks a week, there's nothing wrong with that, but it could be 500 calories. And often when we drink, we snack. It's very rare to have a drink without the nuts and the biggies and cheese. We mentioned cheese before, Ghostbusters, with your white wine. Beautiful. Okay, you're a tipsy loser if you have a wine or beer with dinner at least 3 times a week. There's nothing wrong with that, I can stipulate. But that's your sort of a regular drinker. You don't drink during the week, but you go out on weekends and get wasted. Come on, who's doing that? I put that in because my son's 26. Johnny, he's a big boy. Oh, something wrong with me, Mum. Hardly drink. I don't drink at all during the week. Oh, like what did you have last Saturday night? I lost count after about 11 bunkies and coke. Yeah. Oh, it's not a drink with him. Yeah, he's had it all in one go. And that's what we did. That's that binge drink. He covered over the week, and it would be, wouldn't it? Two glasses. So he doesn't look at that. It is the drink with him. You drink at least 4 standard alcoholic drinks a week. I hate to tell you they're tiny. They're not getting any bigger either. It's going to get smaller. You can't remember the last time a week went by in which you didn't have a drink, which is normal for some of us, but it just means you're a regular drinker. Most days have your alarm set for wine or beer o'clock. That's I'll put my hand up for all that. There are tipsies. I didn't have as many in New Zealand, not that I was thinking I would, but us Aussies like a drink. Okay. Okay, that's it. So they're boys and girls. But this one, you might not know what this one is, but I'll certainly, I'll explain it to you. Are you a piggy loser? I think Jen White coined the phrase, because my other son's 30. He used to say, oh, it's such a pig out on the weekend. Oh, I've got to get back on track. It's a pair who's had a pig out in their life. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. Right, a poor piggy loser, I feel a bit sorry for them because they're either being really, really good or they're just off tap and they're crap. Dieters are piggy losers. They're either on the diet or off the diet. There's no in between. I'm on a diet, I'm going really well this week, or no, I'm off my diet. Okay, piggy loser can't stop at one of anything. So open the packet of food, you know how big those packets are now? The chips and that. Oh, they're all gone. You have a food or a drink splurge at least once a week. Sometimes that's enough. So on the weekend comes around and you get the pizza in and the beers are happening. That could be enough to ruin your whole week. You feel guilty after the splurging. That's a bit bad. Oh, I get that all the time. I'm really well this week. Having a great week. And I'm thinking, well, next week. After the pig out, you often feel sick. That's how you know you've had a pig out. Oh, that's how I know. And sometimes you can splurge all day or for several days, so you get on a roll, don't you? You sort of, got to get back on track. I don't know how you do, but that's a piggy loser. They're up and down. Okay, we have one more, which I think is a lot more common than what we realise. And it is the super loser. That Superman is thinking of a huge plate of food. What's poor super loser doing? That really didn't look like it in this book I got. Portion size. Yeah, good girl. We all eat too much. You really do. We all eat too much. Just get that through your heads. Apparently we eat 300 more calories a day than our 1950s counterparts. more calories a day. Quite a bit over the week. And apparently the ladies back then did 4 hours of housework. Now, I reckon I'd be back to do 15 minutes. So 300 calories, 15 minutes, yeah, it has to add up to something. But dinner plates have grown. Since the 1980s, dinner plates have grown 25%. And we still fill them. A recipe from the 70s that serves 6 people. Same ingredients, no one's changed the ingredients, serves 4. So things are bigger, we're eating more. And a lot of people don't realise that they are eating too much. Okay, you're a super loser if you've always been a big eater. Growing up on a farm, you know, couldn't fill us with potatoes, and yeah, we're always big eaters. You very rarely feel full. There's a lot of super losers that don't get to that point of like, your plate, cup or bowl is always sort of loaded up when you eat. You often have seconds. Go back and have a bit more. You eat more than one course at meal time. So you know you have your soup and your main and your sweets. You always upsize your meals. Have you ever ordered small of anything? I thought myself, I don't think I have ordered small of anything. At the all-you-can-eat buffets, you go back and fill your plate more than once. And one gentleman said to me, well, see if you wouldn't. I thought, well, that's true. Okay, you got Subway. Here I actually saw as I was driving in, you got 6 Subways, it says on the sign coming in. You're a foot-long sub type of person. Anyone know the Subway and the foot-long sub? I reckon that's about a foot, isn't it? The old? Let me tell you this, a foot long of anything is too much to eat. You know, so people having that foot long sub, it's not just a foot long of bread, it's the meat going up it, the cheese going up it, 2 sauces, she says to me, no, you take 2 sauces, up and down, and your salad. And a lot of people think, oh, that's healthy. That was one of the biggest losers in Australia, advertised as being a really, you know, low in fat. So people say they had the foot long, I say you had 2 lunches today. No, just 1. You're having a foot long, you had 2 lunches today. Get that? So people don't understand. Just because it's served up to you doesn't mean it's 1 lunch.